Hey everybody, thanks for watching. This is the next video. This is again from the same remodel, and I was going to do the shower and the bathroom floor in one video, but I decided to just do the bathroom floor. It was pretty detailed. A lot went into it, so I wanted to explain it as I went along, and hopefully this helps you with your projects in the future. So what you're looking at here is the bathroom floor side. You can see the original plank flooring there. That was the I left that so that I had good framing, so you can see the original framing runs through, and I didn't want to cut out the angle, and I would have had unsupported floor and had to do a bunch of framework. So I cut out the main section of the floor. I put in sisters, as you can see, and I leveled out the floor so that I have a perfectly flat, perfectly level floor for my tile, which will make for a much better finish in the end. So I could get away with doing this. I'm laying out the shower here, as you can see, and the beauty of doing it this way is I can pour my shower pan in that space in the shower and deal with the height differential that way. And here's my 5-year-old son helping me wash the floor. And this is the ceiling, so I used the original ceiling joists there, and they were out of level, so I put tapered shims in to level out the shower ceiling. And this is the Ditra heat for the floor. So the Ditra heat for the floor is made by Curdy. It's the same product, or Schluter, sorry, made by Schluter. So this gets a heating wire put into it, and I didn't have any footage of the heating wire being put in, so I don't have that. But the key with the Ditra is you use a 3/32 V-notch trowel or a 3/16 V-notch trowel for your Curdy membrane, and for this Ditra heat you're going to use a 5/16 V-notch trowel. And then you want to make sure you go through and tamp it all down, you know, always check. You'll see out right at the end there, you lift your sheet, just make sure your coverage is 100%. So now we're on to the tile, and again my son is working with me and helping me out, and what he's doing here is taking all of the stickers off of every tile. It saves me from having to stop and do that on each tile. So this was an 8-inch porcelain tile that my customer picked out, and I do suggest wetting the back of the tiles. The porcelain tile will really, especially these are a thick porcelain tile, they will suck up moisture. So you can mix your thin set a little bit loose. I didn't opt to do that. I just wet the back of the tile before I put them on, and that was, you know, that worked fine. It glued very well. So I would recommend, if you are trying to learn tile and you're new to it, Sal de Blasi has a extremely helpful channel. I actually watch his stuff because he's really an exceptional tile guy, so I've learned a lot watching his stuff. Always looking to improve the things that I do, so he is a wealth of information. I would definitely recommend taking a look at his stuff. And if you have young kids and they are able, I bring them out to the job with you and have them do this stuff, because this is invaluable experience, and it teaches them work ethic. And in my case, I work alone. I was working alone at this point, so, you know, it keeps you company too when they're not talking your ear off. So this is the toilet alcove, and normally I would dry fit and pre-cut all the tile, but in this case, I just did it as I went. It was a pretty small bathroom, and it would have been hard to track with the pattern, trying to keep track of where all the tiles went. So I just went ahead. I had my tile saw in the next room, so I went ahead and just did this as I went. Most of it was pretty consistent, so I didn't have a lot of custom cutting to do. And so you can see my wire there. The warm touch wire is in the floor, and I pre-thin set the heating links in, and all of that. So when I get to the tile, I don't have any humps, and I don't have anything like that to worry about. I've got a perfectly flat, smooth surface. And you're going to want to make sure when you're using especially the Ditra, but the Curdy is the same thing, the Curdy membrane is flat, but if you're using the Ditra uncoupling membrane or the Ditra heat membrane, you want to use the flat side of your trowel, and you want to fill in all of the recesses perfectly smooth and flat before you trowel your notches in. And your notching should all be directional, so you want consistent directional lines, so that when you push your tile in there, you get a nice continuous run of glue, and the air can escape, and your thin set can spread out, and you get good coverage on your tile. And I back butter all of my tiles, so intermittently, if you catch it, I'll lift the tile and I'll double check as I go, just to make sure. But you should always aim to have 100% coverage on the tile. It'll save you from problems later. So you can see the shower off to the left. Like I said, I was going to do one big video for both, but I realized it would have been too long, so I went ahead and just did this quick floor video to show the process for the floor. And this is just the wiping of the grout. I do an initial rinse, circular motion, after I've let it set for about half an hour, and then I'll come back and do a secondary wash with clean water. So thanks for watching, and look out for the next video. That will be the shower you see to the left there.